kids. Baby, you have kids. You have 3. Go take care of your kids. You have kids. That's it. Motor story. Fuck him. So why are you here? And so we could skip through all of the bullshit, Ashley, that I know. It's good when it's fun, but now that shit got real, now it's too much for you.
Let them know that everything big. Nail done, hair done, everything big. And my NY.
So hi guys, it's Precious Bria. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing Love is Blind Season 7, Episode 12. Now, in this episode, we will see the couples get married. And of course, we're going to start off with Marissa and Rams. Now, if you watched my previous reviews, you know that I don't like Marissa and Rams. The reason I don't like Marissa and Rams is because in the last episodes, we saw that Rams was being very inconsiderate, and we continue to see that he's inconsiderate. So we see that he says that he wants to end the relationship because he has some discussions with his family, and I think that I think he's full of shit. I think that's a lie. I think that he realized that things got real. When you are in like certain situations, you get to see a person's representative and you get to only see the good side of things. And when you go into your normal routine, you now get to see who they truly are, the good and the bad. Not that I'm saying that Marissa showed any bad. Okay, I take that back. You get to see the reality of things, right? It's not this perfect situation where we're on vacation and we're having drinks and you're your vacation version of yourself. Now it's, oh, I have to go to work, and oh, I have my period, and oh, my, whatever is flaring up. And so now you see me for who I am, and now it's too much. It's good when it's fun, but now that shit got real, now it's too much for you. And that's exactly what it gave. That's exactly what it was. I think that if he had any concerns, then these concerns really should have been like, absolutely no. When they were discussing Marissa being in the army, or being in the military, excuse me, that is when it should have been a hard stop. Not her saying, I have a lot going on this week, I don't want you to stick your penis in me. And now it's like, I don't think this is gonna work. And so we could skip through all of the bullshit. The truth is, he saw who she really was. He didn't like it. He tried to blame it on, oh, I don't know if your energy is too much for me. I don't think it's that. I just think that when he got to see who she really is and really got to be in the reality of things, it was just too much for him. I also think that he is not ready for marriage. He's like, oh, well, I just feel like I need to know you long enough. Well, then why did you come on this fucking experiment? You know what this experiment was about. You knew. There was never a discussion where it was like, oh, I didn't know, blah, 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 what was going on? No, you knew the entire time, and you still continued to move forward. So why are you here? Why are you here? Marissa came out with this video. We're going to watch the video together, and I'll give you a live reaction. This is her response to what people have been saying after seeing the video, or after seeing the episode, excuse me.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert for Love is Blind Season 7 finale that came out today. If you have not seen it and you still want to see it and you don't want to be spoiled, keep on scrolling. I'll give you a second. Go ahead and scroll. If you're still here, you're going to get spoilers, and don't be up in my comments about it or DMs. Okay, something I wanted to address that I am seeing like some discourse online about like just going through a breakup and begging someone to stay with you. It's very interesting because it made me really think about like what our dating culture is like today, where when someone in a relationship is expressing doubt or is unsure about something, they either bring it to their partner, and the partner goes, okay, like, cool, if you don't know if you want to be with me, bye. And, there's that. Or you have, the person who's feeling the doubts is unsure, talks to other people about it, maybe works through it and is solid in the relationship and everything's fine. There's just different scenarios. Regardless, what I'm trying to say is, what did y'all expect from me? Like, or from anyone? who is in this situation, or anyone going through a breakup. When you say you're committed to someone, you want to marry them and you love them and it's unconditional, when they come to you, when your partner comes to you with doubts or confusion, what do I do? Just high five the man and walk away? Or do I sit there and say, well, what's going on? Let's talk about this. You weren't feeling this way yesterday. What's going on? That is not begging someone to stay with them. Asking someone, are you sure, is not begging them to stay. It's saying, are you sure that you feel confident in this decision, or is it something you want to sleep on? It is not a begging. And if you think it is, I can't change your mind, but I just think it's fascinating because in today's society, we're always talking about, like, I want someone to commit. I want someone to be there for me. I want you to be my confidant, my ride and die. But then when you see someone doing that, people are really quick to judge and say, like, I would never. Well, one, would you ever go on TV and put your life, out like I did and be vulnerable? A lot of people wouldn't do that. And it's a hard thing. And, like, not everything was perfect. Not everything's pretty. And I wasn't perfect. And I have room to grow and things like that. But at the end of the day, I just think it's important to keep in mind, like, if you're single and you're out there and you're trying to date, like, you don't have to beg someone to be with you. If they're telling you the words, like, I don't want to be with you, you gotta listen to what they're saying. But if you're with somebody who you love and they're coming to you with some doubts and confusions and they don't want to make a rash decision, I think it's completely fair to talk to them and try to reason with them. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a psychologist would tell me I'm freaking wrong, but that is my 2 cents on that. And so, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the rest of the season and saw the beautiful weddings, and yeah, stay tuned.
So I, to some degree, agree with what Marissa has to say. So on one hand, I want to say that if you are in a relationship that someone is having second thoughts, I think that it's okay for you to ask them, like, do you want to think this through? Are you sure that this is exactly what you want to do? Or are you coming from an emotionally heightened state, right? Because then we don't think logically, and that may not be exactly what you want to do. So to that side of things, like, I get it. The other side of things, I'm just kind of like, I hated that she cried so hard, even though I know that she loved this person and they had been spending so much time together. And I too have been in situations where, things have gotten emotional really quickly. So to some degree, I get it. At the same time, I was just kind of like, in order for him to get to this point, I think that he's kind of like firm in what he said. And because it's on national television, I just kind of think she could have played it a little more, smooth or chill, but that's just my opinion. The truth is, she was being authentic to herself, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. He said what he said. Allegedly, there's other information that came out that said that she tried to continue on the relationship without them getting married, but he was not interested in moving forward at all. And so it just gave, like, he shit on her, and, she just didn't take, she just, I mean, I don't know what to say. They weren't for each other, and fuck him. That's it. Motor story. Fuck him. Now we can move on to Taylor and Garrett. So we see that Garrett finally gets to meet Taylor's dad. I thought that they had a really great moment. I love that Taylor's dad helped him with his bow tie. I thought that was really sweet. I wanted to take a moment to talk about Taylor's dress. Clearly, it's not my wedding, but I wish her mom would have given her the opportunity to pick the dress that she wanted. I didn't like her dress. I thought it was kind of cute that she could make it a short dress and a long dress, because at first I thought it was a short dress, and I was like, oh, hell no, like a short wedding dress? Like, that's, like, tacky. But it wasn't. It was like this little switch thing, and then she had on a headband. I personally didn't like it. I didn't like any of it. I mean, Garrett had on a simple suit, so whatever. He looked, I guess, appropriate. But yeah, didn't like her dress. But other than that, their moment was so cute. It was so cute. Couldn't even look at the screen. I also love that both of their parents were married on the 13th, and they got married on the 13th. So I was like, is this a sign? I don't know. I thought it was super cute though. I have literally no complaints about their wedding day. I think everything went amazing. Both parents or both families were super supportive. I love that both of them said yes. And I was just like here for the moment. And I don't want to graze past them because I did really enjoy their experience. But there wasn't any conflict. And of course, we want to move to the juicy part of Ashley and Tyler. In the beginning, I really was like, oh, I love Ashley. Still love Ashley. Ashley has done nothing wrong. I was like, oh, and Ashley likes Tyler. I like Tyler then for Ashley. And then we found out that Tyler is a swindler, that he owes women thousands of dollars, that he has 3 children that he is not claiming. And he's stating that he's a sperm donor when in reality he's the dad. And so that's a whole nother thing. I ended up watching this interview where the baby mama's ex-wife came out because allegedly, well, not allegedly, the baby mama identifies as a lesbian. I don't mean to laugh, but it's just crazy. So she identifies as a lesbian. So the ex-wife came out and she told her side of the story. Now, her side of the story is going to be, one, clearly subjective, and then it's going to be only little bits and pieces because at that time it seemed like they were pretty estranged, like not in the beginning, but more towards the end. And so it's hard to navigate like what the actual story is or whatever the case may be. Very interesting little dynamic. The gist of things is the baby mama and Tyler were friends at the beginning. They had these weird little parties where threesomes would happen. In the beginning, Bree wouldn't join in. Bri wouldn't. That's the baby mama. Bri wouldn't join in. Eventually, she did join in. Eventually, her and Tyler were, having consensual sex. That's how the twins came about. The first child was supposed to be like a sperm donor type of situation where they did the, where you don't actually have intercourse, but they had a little setup where he would, do his thing and then they would inject the semen into her body. That didn't work. And she thinks that they had sex in order to conceive the first child, but she said no. And so it was a lot of back and forth. Apparently, Bri, again, that's Tyler's baby mama, is also abusive. And so that's another thing that comes into play.
I had some liquid courage and I'm like, what's going on with y'all? If y'all just be honest right now, I won't be mad. But I need to know what's happening. Yeah. And they denied it. Me and Bri had conversations about it at home. I just revealed that our relationship was abusive. And when I would bring that up, it would become abusive. So it got to the point where I just didn't ask anymore because she was saying how disrespectful I was to accuse her with messing with a guy when she is a lesbian. He was already cheating on her. He definitely had sex with my wife. He definitely petitioned to get me out of my child's life. And now he's not taking care of them. And that's really all I care about is everybody knowing that. Because the only way that I could cope was just to ignore the situation. So now seeing that he his life and things like that, it's hard. It's definitely hard. I mean, I have this chain right now. It has his name on it. I've never forget him, and I'm gonna cry. But yeah,
I can't even begin to just think about how this all has affected you, but it looks like you're moving on and you're moving forward with your life, and we just hope that California treats you well, that your next chapter treats you even better.
So I know that Bri's side has like a different perspective of why the marriage broke up. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they believe what they believe, but she comes from a toxic family.
We finally get to see Tyler's friends, and basically they confirm that Tyler is a hoe, and they are shocked that he's going to get married because back in the day he basically would say that he would never get married. Now we do get older, we do get more mature, and things change, but it's just giving, that's who he is. And they have these beautiful moments where we get to see, her mom, Ashley's mom, get emotional, and we get to see Tyler's parents. But we see Ashley's parents, and they're so here for Tyler. Like, everybody loves Tyler. Like, Tyler is really that guy, apparently. And he confirms that he's 100%. Like, he feels like I'm all in. And, we see that they both say, unfortunately, yes, they want to get married. And I don't know why. I just feel like I don't know. We also see that they go skydiving together. I thought that was super cute. Ashley said that she always wanted to go skydiving before she got married. And I just thought that that was like the perfect spontaneous thing that you can do before you get married. And so I love that for her. I thought that was really cute. Honestly, the wedding was nice. She looked gorgeous. He looked handsome. He cried while she was walking down the aisle. Had we not known this extra information, it would have been, in my opinion, like a beautiful, beautiful day. He constantly is saying that he's all in. She's constantly saying that she's all in. And so, again, without this additional information, I personally would have been like, this is a beautiful Black couple. I love them. So it's difficult to navigate. I personally, again, I feel like like a fool, she says yes. And that's why she was defending him online, because it's just like, why would you be defending somebody that lied about being a sperm donor when those are actually his kids? And he hasn't spoken to his kids in over a year since he's been on the show. Since he went on the show, he hasn't spoken to his children. There's something about a woman that stands by a man that doesn't take care of his kids. And I'm waiting to see the reunion to see if there's more to the story or see what he has to say. I mean, I'm sure he'll probably lie to save face, but there has to be more to the story. Like, there's no way in hell I feel like the Ashley that I know would be with, a deadbeat bitch ass nigga. Doesn't make sense. So, And what was the most diabolical part is that throughout the entire episode that we get to see Ashley and Tyler, he's constantly talking about kids. He's like, oh, well, when we gonna have kids? When we gonna have kids? When we gonna have kids? Baby, you have kids. You have 3. Go take care of your kids. You have kids. Oh, when you gonna have kids with Ashley, take care of your first 3, and then we'll discuss that. Because you have kids, Papa. You're not childless, so stop. I was sad that this episode was only 1 episode, but I'm excited to see the reunion. And so, of course, I'll be back for the reunion. I don't really have much to say. There was a lot that was discussed during that interview with Tyler's baby mama's ex-wife. And it was very eye-opening. Apparently, Tyler isn't a bum, but he always had issues with giving money for his kids. He was making over 6 figures, but still didn't want to give her more than $50 for baby formula for the twins. And if you have children or you have children in your family or anything like that, then you know that baby formula is very expensive. And so it's odd to me that he would have a problem with that. I don't know. It's giving he's a bum. It's giving bum ass nigga. It's giving very much so deadbeat. It's giving, doing what's convenient for you when it's convenient. But we'll see what happens on the reunion. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.